Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miriam Mwalili for those who are new here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. We are fun here, so please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can be among the first people to be notified when I post a new video. So right now as we're talking, I'm at 197 subscribers. Now we are on road. We have just 3 people to 200. So now we are on road to 300 subscribers. And I thank you people for always tuning in. You people are the reason that I keep coming back. I thank you guys for you always tuning in and watching my videos. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much. So in today's video, I'm going to be having a bit of story time. It's a bit of educational and all that. So I'm going to be talking about depression. Yeah, that's not an easy topic to talk about. Yeah, and as you can see, I undid my hair, just holding my natural hair, and I'm flexing with it. So anyway, in today's video we're going to be talking about depression. So I'll be telling you about my depression journey. Like, yes, I was depressed, my depression journey, and how I overcame my depression. It's of course a it's a process. Like, you just don't get depressed today and then tomorrow you're okay. So it's a whole of a process. And also depression is now where you get to a point that you really feel like you can't take it anymore. You know, you may be having a series of bad things happening to you, but then you reach a point in life and you're like, I can't take this anymore, or you just at your breaking point. Like, I reached that point. So straight into the story. So beginning of this year, number one, I was in a relationship. So fast forward 4 months later, I broke up with that guy. So breaking up with that guy, I still had exams. I still had like a lot of things going on in my life. I still had to work and all that. And I think I was like, it's fine, you know. Though you run away from your problems, I ran away from my problems. And like, no, I'll be fine. You know, I would even listen to TikTok and start crying alone. Like, I would convince myself I'm fine. Then a small thing would just trigger me. And I start feeling bad and all that. And then again, fast forward, I was in a certain friendship that I treasured so much, and then it started falling apart. And I felt so bad. Like, I used to feel so bad. Then again, like, I have school at the same time. And then fast forward to July, I finished school. So now I have stress of I have to look for a source of income. You send in CVs, you're not getting positive feedback. So I'm holding all these things together. So it comes a time right now, like, I'm stressed about everything at once. Like, I really feel like I'm not doing enough. I am feeling so bad because I'm losing people in my life, and I am wondering, like, what wrong did I do to deserve like all this? I'm not getting any job, so like finances and everything, I'm not well up to the par. Like, and then when you look around, everyone is doing fine. Their relationships are just fine. Their lives are just okay. The people that you finish school with, some people have got jobs, like those who are close to me. And then there is me, like, everything is not working out. And then, like, I've been invested too much emotionally. Like, honestly, I'm someone who invests so much emotionally in everything, in friendships, in everything I do, whether it's a job, whether it's opportunities, whether it's a relationship, a friendship. I invest too much emotionally. So I'm looking at things are not working for me, and everyone looks like things are working out for them. So of course I started like blaming myself, feeling so bad about myself, thinking like I'm not even good enough for people. That's why people don't want to be in my life anymore. So I got like really depressed. I used to like sit down and cry. I would just like come from wherever I am, maybe go for rehearsals for my theater group or for drama, and then come back to the house and break down. I used to break down. And when I'm looking at the people that I'm suffering because of them, not like really suffering because of them, people that I have broken up, like those relationships with, they seem like they're okay. Like, it seems like nothing has happened in their life. So for me, it's like I'm the one who is struggling, honestly. They're going on with their life like pretty much so well. I used to feel so bad. I would come to the house, I would cry. I would like cry to sleep. Like even when talking about this, I'm just getting emotional. I would really cry to bed. I would watch movies, like even a small thing in the movie, I just start crying. And then I just noticed with time, honestly, I'm not okay. I was not even comfortable being on social media. I remember, like, since the breakup and all that, the only time I was on social media was for my birthday, and I really had to like look fine. And honestly, for my birthday, I had like my friends around me, and I was feeling much better. But you know, the only one thing about depression is you may talk to people around you. At times you can tell them like snippets of your problems, but no one will ever understand or will understand how you feel. No one will understand the depth of how you feel. So I reached a breaking point, and I was like, I really need therapy. Like, we just go out, come back to the house, and I am sad. Like, I am very sad. I don't even know what to do. Nothing is interesting anymore. I'll just get mad out of nowhere. I'll just like get so angry over things that are not even bad. So I really came to a realization that this is a problem. Like, I am depressed, honestly. I would even stay in the house the whole day. I would not even see sunlight. Then I would lack appetite. Then I stopped going to the gym. Like, I used to go to the gym beginning of January. I stopped going to the gym. So I would get so angry. I would even lose appetite for food. I would close myself away from the world and away from people that I love. And then I noticed, honestly, that I was going through a lot and that I was getting depressed. So fast forward, yeah, those are the main factors plus small mini factors. So when I face some difficulties in my daily life, I relate that to my big problem. So I continue like putting myself down. So fast forward, I came into a realization that I was going through a problem. So my step one thing that I did, I looked for a therapist. Therapists are expensive. Like, therapists are like, if you get someone that is like affordable is like 3,000 per session. And let me tell you, I am not saying in a bad way, but hey, therapy is expensive. But trust you me, those people do a lot, so they deserve the money that they ask for. So I look for a therapist around where I live. I live in Coast, Kilifi. So I look for a therapist. That was step number one. So they wanted like 3,000 per session. For me, with my issues, they will be solved with like 10 sessions or 50 sessions. Like, I was feeling so bad. So I tried a couple connections I couldn't get. And then I started turning like my problems into money. So honestly, I have a very great entrepreneurial mind. So I looked for a therapist I couldn't get. Then I talked to my friend. I was like, how about you open our own website, like where we will be doing therapy sessions for people anonymously. Like, people say the problems that they're going through, and then a therapist can answer them without knowing who they are. Okay, fast forward, that did not happen, but that's the plan. So number one thing, I looked for a therapist. I couldn't get one. So apart from looking for therapists, I intentionally decided to begin my healing healing process. So I intentionally decided that I am going to actively engage in this healing process. So number two thing I did, I identified my problem. So I knew like where everything that was triggering what was happening in my life started. So I started dealing with those things slowly by slowly. So number one, for the person involved in the breakup and all, we had a conversation. Honestly, I know people say that closure is not important, but ours was actually not need a closure. I just needed like to have a conversation, forgive that person. One thing I have learned in life is when you forgive people, you forgive yourself. So like, you actually let go. So I decided to like let go. So I was like, I know I hate you so much, but I am willing to forgive you. And yeah, and they apologized. We had a conversation. It made things a bit better, because at least the part they apologized and all that. So I had a conversation with the party involved about the breakup, how it made me feel, how it still makes me feel, and all that. Again, I actually shared with a friend of mine who is like, okay, my best friend, I had a conversation with her. I stopped like holding how I feel and started and acting strong and started communicating how exactly I feel. So I told her how exactly I felt, how I felt out of place, how I felt so sad most of the times and all that. So we had that whole conversation. Then after that, with the friendship side, I noticed that even after numerous conversation, it was not going to work. So I just let it slide. About that, I just decided to let go. That is number 2 thing that I did. Okay, number 3 thing that I did, I'm actually a spiritual person. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. I really like praying. So I got in prayer. Like, I prayed for peace for a very long time. I was praying for peace. And as I prayed for peace, I avoided the things that triggered me to be in that space that I was at. So I avoided those people. I avoided checking their social medias. I avoided having conversations with them. I avoided spaces where they were in, and that helped a lot, like with the processing and all that. And I always reminded myself that I have to let go of these people. So it reached a point where it was not that hard being around them. So that was another step into healing. And another step into healing was affirming. Like, honestly, I love affirmation. Like, reminding myself, like, even when you check behind me, I have this like design. It was made by my friend. Actually, she's on YouTube as Miss Moroti. It says, girl, you got this. Like, honestly, I like affirming. So I used to remind myself constantly, like intentionally remind myself that I got this, that everything will be fine and all that. So that's what I did again. And another thing that I did, I started actively involving myself in meaningful conversations with friends and people. So when I don't feel like okay, I'll just like hold a conversation with a friend, tell them how we feel, like talk about our emotions, encourage each other. Like, maybe should even send me reels on Instagram, shout out to her, send me reels on Instagram, like encourage each other, remind me it's okay to feel how I am feeling and all that. Another thing that I allowed myself to be in my feelings. Like, when I'm not feeling well, but I will not allow myself to sit in it so long. So I'll remind myself it's fine, this is how I am feeling, but I will be okay. And again, I started involving myself in self-care routines more oftenly. I started taking care of like my skin. I bought face care products. I had like those weekend pamper routines for myself, and they make me feel so nice. They make me feel like I'm spending quality time with myself. I also started going out more. Like, when my friends are like, we have this function or we have this activity that we're engaging in, I made myself part and parcel of them, so that it removes you from that feeling. When you're around people, you start feeling better and better and better. So I allowed myself to be in spaces where people are having like positive vibes, where people are playing games, people are having fun and all that. So that's another thing that I did. I started treating myself. I'm like, I'm not feeling good, let me go buy myself ice cream, I will be fine. Yeah, and I started reading books and taking time off social media. And trust you me, taking time off social media is the most underrated self-care or way to get over depression and anxiety and like bad feelings generally. Trust you me, I took time off Instagram for like 3-4 months. Yeah, and trust me, that was the best moment of my life. Like, I was able to concentrate on my studies, I was able to concentrate in the healing process and all that. So that's basically how I dealt with depression and how I dealt with feeling bad and the things and the trauma that had happened in my life. Let me know in the comment section how you deal with depression or how you dealt with depression. Let me also know if you've ever been depressed, and let me know if I've been helpful. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I love you all.